Leave me alone. Press my feet. Longer the master potion. No words to say, no words to convey. Feeling inside. Stay from the dark and direction. You love for press my feet. No, no, no. On fire, there was the night. Oh, we held on till I Yes. Where's the oh, the kids thing. Yeah, because I've got links to all of the lives. I'll get started, okay? Hello? Okay, hi. Everybody? Okay, so welcome back. My name's Lori. I'm a member of the steering committee, and it's always good to get together with our people again. Right off the bat, we want to recognize what a great event we had for the rally, the No Kings rally. Uh, yeah, we were really excited. We think we had maybe around 800 people. Yeah, which is really good. And we saw a lot of new faces. We saw a frog and a unicorn and a green dinosaur. And it was just great. It was a really great day. I have a few of those characters still living in my basement. If any of you need one or another. Um, yeah, I told you about our attendance. We collected about 600 pounds of non-perishable items. Yeah, so that was really good. And those were equally divided between the Pink Church in Parkersburg and the Gospel Mission in Marietta. And they were really very thankful to get that. So we'll be telling more about food drives in a little while. But most importantly, we stood up for our democracy and we did it in a peaceful way. So thank you for being there and for making an important statement. Protest really matters. The voice of the people matters. Thankfully, we learned that from yesterday's election results. Those were really exciting, and we saw big, important Democrat wins that we were all crossing our fingers and hoping for. That voice of unity and our combined actions are what can change the course of history. The future is ours to change, and we, the people, can do that together. Together with many millions of others, just like us, gathering in small towns and small groups and big groups. We can do that together. I I have to admit that sometimes after a big event like the No Kings rally, I can fall into a little bit of a depression for a bit. And I usually like go through a roller coaster of emotions on a pretty regular basis. And I find myself feeling overwhelmed, and then I get sad, and then I get to feeling a little hopeless. And then all I have to do is listen to something or turn on the news or turn on a podcast and I hear about another way that Donald Trump is getting wealthy and stealing from us, you know, the people that he's supposed to be serving. He's cruelly just hurting people for no reason, just to be cruel. And so that brings me back to the angry part. I get angry again, and then the anger fuels my determination, probably just like you, and I'm ready to fight again. Um, I know that the anger is there because we have a sense of right and wrong, you know, a sense of core values. Values like everyone deserves a chance, everyone deserves the right to due process. Yes, even immigrants who come here illegally, we believe that everyone has the right to tell their story and to ask for help. We believe in freedom of the press, freedom of religion, freedom to gather peacefully and to petition our government. We believe strongly in free speech. We refuse to give up these fundamental rights to a crooked and cruel administration. We believe in courage over fear, and we believe in truth over lies. We now refuse to see our family and our neighbors go without food and go without health care because of the greed of the Republicans, because of a tax cut for the wealthiest 1% of the population, because of the cruelty of Donald Trump. We refuse to sit by and watch silently while ICE agents abuse and abduct innocent people, sweep them off to detention centers where they're further abused and treated as less than human. We don't have to wait until this happens to our neighbor or we see it in great number in our communities. We want it to stop everywhere. We don't want it to affect people that we have never seen or will never know. We care about them and we want it to end. So tonight together, we reaffirm our commitment to fight for ourselves, to fight for our families, our neighbors, and our country. We'll fight for the innocent, the children, the ones that society may not value. We will fight because others have done this and so much more for us so that we could enjoy the rights given to us by the Constitution. So we, the people, will fight for our democracy, and we will refuse to go quietly into the night. So now we are going to tell you about some important dates where we're going to continue our actions and continue to come together. I think, do you want to pass around the papers? All of them.
Yeah.
All of them.
All of them. Send down the paper and just, when you're done with it, just hand it back, there's information on the front and then a sign-up sheet on the back.
And we'll just pass them around. There's, we're gonna start them on this side and start them on this side, so make sure you've had a chance to sign up. First of all, there's also a poster over here on the food table. So if anybody wants to just snap a picture of that, it has all the dates as well. Tomorrow, November 6th, at 3:30 in the afternoon, the Mountaineer Indivisible group in Morgantown is holding their weekly protest. I'm sorry for the short notice, but if you are interested in going, we can give you the details. They'll be having a great protest focusing on SNAP and healthcare and the absence of the West Virginia senators and reps. They are a big group of Mountaineers Indivisible, and so they have a weekly protest every Thursday at noon. So that's always something that you can be involved with if you'd like to be. You can find them at mountaineersindivisible.org. And they go by MICA, M-I-C-A, which stands for Mountaineers Indivisible Civil Action. There's a lot of other indivisible groups around West Virginia and Ohio, so we would encourage you to look up those groups and let your friends, family, neighbors, people who might live in other areas to please get involved with other indivisible groups. Okay, so the first date locally will be November 11th. There'll be 2 food drives on that date. I'm gonna let Lisa come up and talk a little bit about the food drives.
I'm Lisa Mamerlin. Food drive's coming up on the 11th. We're going to do one here in Marietta starting at 10 o'clock for 10 to 2. I'm willing to go further if we get enough people involved in bringing goods to us. That is going to be located at the Pioneer truck and SUV lot at the corner of Acme and Pike Street. We're going to set it up to where people can just drive through, drop off their items, and they can just pull back out. We will need a few more people to come and help with signs, just, saying food drive, unloading vehicles. I've got a trailer we're gonna be using, so fill that up. And then if anybody can hang around afterwards, we're gonna try to, get it unloaded into, one of our safety teams' garage to sort it out. And that is going to the Newport pantry, which is really in dire need of goods. They are basically in a food desert. And with the shutdown and with SNAP being taken away, they're really struggling out that way. So we're going to do that one. And then again, Gospel Mission and Marietta Community Food Pantry as well. We're also doing another one in Parkersburg for anyone down that area. That's going to be from noon to 5 on the same day on the 11th. That drive is going to be for veterans and for the United Way Food Pantry. So they will need help down in Parkersburg as well. Kim Van Ryn will be doing that, the purple hair lady. So she will need some help as well. Signs, getting attention, helping with loading and unloading, and just kind of traffic too, just making sure that we're keeping people safe when they drive in and drive out. Both locations are pretty busy locations, so fingers crossed we can get a lot of food and non-perishables for our community. Any questions?
Marietta, is that like the old Big Lots plaza? Is that where they're having it?
Yeah, right in front of tractor.
Yeah, they have all those tractors and
Yep.
stuff there. Okay.
I keep forgetting the name of the place.
Yeah, it might be a really good idea too, just to take some signs, thanking veterans when we do that food drive, since it is on Veterans Day. Good time to acknowledge and thank our veterans. Um, so the papers are going around to sign up, but please, even if you're unable to sign up or you're not sure, but it comes to that day and you're able to come, please come for any of these events. You don't have to sign up. We're just trying to get an idea of numbers. Okay, so that was on the 11th. On November 13th, we're going to be protesting with signs regarding fascism in Parkersburg. That's going to be on 5th and Market Street from 11:30 to 12:30. 13th, November 13th, 11:30 to 12:30. And these are really great and informative signs that Lisa B. and some other volunteers worked on, talking about what fascism is. That you might have seen them. They were in the Marietta Armory lot for a few days. So they're really great. So we're going to hold those up, and we need at least 15 people, but we'd love to have more. So if you want to come, bring a sign that is available to use. If we don't need you to hold one of those signs, you can hold one that you bring. So where is that? That's on 5th and Market Street in Parkersburg. Yeah, and we always have extra signs. And then finally, a fun thing, we're going to get together for dinner on November 18th at Georgia's place. I think it's called Georgia's Bar and Grill. Is that what it's called? Like Georgia's place.
It might just be George's place.
Okay, it's at 414 Grand Park in Parkersburg. Yeah, by Red Lobster, kind of behind.
It's between Red Lobster and Burger King.
Yeah, between Red Lobster and Burger King, same side of Grand Central as the mall, pretty easy to find. And that's gonna be from 5:30 to 7:30. So we'll have a big room there. We can order from the menu. Each person will be responsible for their own meal, but they have a real variety of prices, a good variety of food. It's not a real expensive place. They serve alcohol. We thought it would be it's a comfy place. We'll have our own room back there to be together. That's on the 18th, 5:30 to 7:30. Another important thing we wanted to announce, there's been a call for an economic blackout. This isn't a call from specifically Indivisible, but it is a lot of other groups that partner with Indivisible. And this would take place from November 25th through December 2nd. And we're basically just trying to, to hit them where it hurts in the wallet. And if you can not buy at all during that period, what people are doing is trying to get what they need before then. And then skip all the Black Friday stuff, all the big Amazon deals, all of that. So November 25th through December 2nd. The one caveat is that some people are not comfortable, understandably, from boycotting small businesses in our area. We don't want to hurt, our neighbors who own businesses. So we say, fine, if you want to shop from a small business, especially if Antifa owns it. We support Antifa. Lisa.
One of the big ways to shop and anything, spend cash. Don't use a debit or credit card because the fees will be banks that are.
Yeah, good point.
Repeat that, sir.
Use cash if you can, so the fees from our credit cards don't go to the big banks that are the big bucks. Oh, yeah. And girls only need one doll.
Oh, yeah.
And boys really don't need anything this year. All right, so that's about the blackout. Especially we're thinking about, of course, Amazon, Sam's, Walmart, the big three. But we don't ever want to lose focus of the seriousness of what we're doing. We need you, and we hope that you'll join us every time you can, if it's tomorrow in Morgantown or locally for all of the dates we've given. Just come anytime that you can. And Gracie and Joan are one of them. Do you want to talk to them, or do you want? Okay, Gracie's going to talk to you about our Indivisible apparel.
Hi guys, I spoke to you all at the last meeting. I just want to come back up and annoy you a little. We have our order form still up here for Indivisible MOV merch. This is custom to our direct group here. It has the MOV logo in it. We are taking orders tonight, and then at the end of the week this week, we are going to be placing that order with a local small business who's going to produce for us. And they've already agreed that at the end of this, they will be making a personal donation back of $5 for every single item you order. So that money is going to come back to us for our future work. So anything you can do can help. Come on up. They're pretty well priced. Like a t-shirt on here is $20 even. I ordered one from the Indivisible store online with taxes and shipping. I paid $47. So don't be me. Order local. I see a question. Sweatshirt made by silver, extra large size, depending on size. All right, thank you. So we have an example shirt of the sizes in person if you want to see what that looks like. If you're concerned about sizing, these are so we're just up right here.
Somebody on here, how can they get a hold of you outside the meeting?
So if you're in the Indivisible group, my name and my phone number are listed. And in that group chat, you're going to see a picture of the order form. My information to contact me is on that post. And I'm sure after the meeting, you can do that as well. If you are present and you want to come up to me, I can get you my number and we can go from there. I want to add, whoever gets our logo, I think it's awesome.
No, that wasn't me. Who did the logo? The actual,
MOV. Oh,
No, the one we're using. It was me. Nope. It was Sonia Ashby? Oh, yeah. Okay. She did a very good job. So, yeah. So we have to. It will include the $5. $16. Just so people with the logo.
We are also gonna be having a tote with the logo. For $16 cost, so there's not a donation with that one. A lot of people already have a lot of shirts and they don't wanna confuse it. So,
And Tom's gonna talk about the safety team, just a couple points from that.
Hello, my name's Tom. Um, I'm a member of the safety team for the Indivisible MOV. And with the last protest, prior to the protest, we just thought with all of the media covering some of the really horrible stuff happening in larger cities, we just wanted to move in that direction. Not that we anticipate that type of stuff here, but we wanted to be prepared. And so I know that the protest was amazing. There was a lot of people. I mean, I was surprised. How many people actually attended the protest from here? Wow, awesome, awesome. So you might have seen us. We were in the yellow vest, and our our goal is it's as my wife would probably tell me that I'm probably the least person to be de-escalating anybody. But that's our goal. You know, it's a peaceful protest, and our angle of those who are coming up and getting in our face, counter protesting, is the approach is peaceful. And so we want to make sure that on both sides of the protest, we had a few people that were pretty aggressive, yelling at cars in rebuttal. And they, you know, when we talked to them a little bit about what our goal was, they were very receptive to it. We put a lot of some work into it in terms of coordinating with the police, letting them know what our plans are. Like we did the march on the bridge, you know, they knew exactly where we were going to be going, about what time we were going to be doing it. So there was a lot of stuff that was put in place long before the protest. We also, you know, were able to tell people where first aid was, bathrooms were. So we had an idea of confidence that the people come there knew that it was safe, that there was someplace they can get first aid if needed. Um, the other is that you know, we try to learn based on that protest, what we see on TV, and also the resources online in terms of what we would do next and prepare next. If anybody has any suggestions or ideas about how we could be better used, we did traffic crossing and things like that. You know, please let us know. You can always come up to me, or you can go ahead and mention on the website as well. Um, if I know they're going to be breaking up into groups later, and then trying to get, you know, understand that people might want to be part of the indivisible groups, and whether it's recruiting, stuff like that, fundraising. If you have any desire to be part of the safety team, just approach me, and we'll see if we can get you information. That's it.
Sue Ellen is our treasurer, so she's gonna come and talk for a couple minutes. We can't operate without finance. I've had a couple questions tonight, so I wanna refresh what we're doing, what we're about. We do not have a bank account, so we can't accept personal checks. We just don't have any way. We do have a donation jar. We've had a donation jar out for 4 or 5 months. We also set up an affluent account. And somebody asked me tonight why I'm having trouble getting on the affluent. We've got the sign over there. You may not like to do banking on your phone, and that's okay, because you can find this on Indivisible social media pages as well. Just scan the QR code, get the little rectangle, go through, and take it directly to our contribution page. You cannot find us using the search button on Indivisible MOV page, just because we are under the umbrella of the national. Makes it a little bit challenging, but that's why we have been sharing the codes and the links in order to give you. And if now's not the time, I know times are tough. Maybe now's not a good time. That's okay too. There'll be other opportunities. You'll probably see me up here at every meeting that we do. And I would also encourage you, we've got those food drives coming up. There are people in need. And I would also encourage you, because we're in pretty good standing right now, pick up a couple cans of soup or beans or whatever and bring them to them. If you have any questions, still can't get on, you can reach me at treasurer@indivisiblemov.com. Thank you. This is another good way, these flyers that we hand out, and I think there was one in everyone's seat for today. This QR code down here, if you just put your camera lens over that and then hit the yellow button, that's for iPhones, that comes up, or the yellow that shows up on your screen. This will take you to Linktree, which Amanda has. It's fabulous. If you scan this, you'll go to Linktree and it will show you a lot of different information, one of which is Act Blue. You can go directly to Act Blue to donate using this. And there's a lot of other good stuff on there. It'll take you to our social media sites. It tells you about Signal, which is the app that's encrypted and safer than, just texting.
I will say Linktree, it's not an app you have to download. You're not downloading an app. It is just taking you to a page that has links to all of our stuff. We keep it updated with new things as it happens. We try to anyway.
Yeah, so if you want to just try it while you're here, on your paper, and then if you have any problems at all, you can ask Amanda or any of us, and we've all figured it out. Okay, now, Cade, we have someone here who would like to speak on behalf of something that's happening with the Belpre Library. So, the county library. So if you don't mind, come up here.
Hi, folks. I suspect most of you all are informed enough that you have seen the information about our levy not going through. I am here as myself, not as the manager of the Belpre Public Library tonight, but I want to give the community a little bit of reassurance as far as what is going on, and a little bit of a push to make yourselves active in the meantime. So our levy was voided by the state level due to a paperwork snafu, which, if you want more information, you are free to contact your local commissioners. But what that means is right now the library will not be receiving the funding that they have received in the past. We are not in danger of shutting down currently. Your library services and branches are still going to be there. We have a cushion that we are running on. We do try and keep a little bit of a financial balance there in case of situations like this. But what you would likely see is that our programming budget is going to be smaller than usual. We won't be able to do as much outreach over the next year or so if we don't pass the levy. At this moment, we're trying to find out whether they're going to go forward and put it back on in the spring. We don't know for sure yet. That's up to the board to decide. And they will make their decision and let all of us know. But what this really boils down to in the meantime is that you guys can do a lot more than just voting for a levy to support your local libraries. All of our branches have Friends of the Library groups that are active, and they provide services such as our book sales, and they support the kids programming in the summer. They help fund all of our um, our big programs we bring in for the kids in Marietta is all supported by the Friends of the Library there. It is also a great opportunity to get your feet wet if you're interested in doing things like activism for education in the community. The Friends of the Library groups can write grants and things like that to try and bring funds in as well. Um, no matter what your skills are, we can find a place to use you very happily. And we really I just want to say thank you to everybody who did, kind of stand up and give us support, even though the big yellow sign saying that the levy was voided there. It was really cool last night watching numbers come in to see that even if every person who abstained from voting was a no, we would have still passed. And that gave me a lot of warm, fuzzy feelings. So thank you to everybody who happened to be one of those people. But it's not over. Your library is still there. Your library still has lots and lots of opportunities for you to get involved in the community. Please go check out books. Take advantage of the services that are there, because when we see people in the doors, when, our representatives and county commissioners and things like that see people around the libraries and they're using the space and active, then they realize just how important it is to the community. We also have board meetings monthly that are open to the public. They are usually the third Wednesday of the month at noon. Anyone is more than welcome to attend, find out what is going on with the library, share your feelings on things that are going on with the library. Just come tell us we're awesome. We also really like that. We don't get enough of that. But yeah, so the next board meeting is the 19th at noon, and they'll be kind of rehashing everything that's going on and creating a plan moving forward. So if you happen to be someone who is really interested in that, and some of you are, because I've gotten a lot of messages, but if you are interested in having a hand in that, please come. Yeah.
Is that board meeting at the Washington
It
County
is
main
at
library?
the main library on Fifth Street. Yes. And so you are more than welcome to come. Please bring ideas. If you can't come, I have had a lot of people who have reached out to me and have just asked how they can share their support for the library. And so if you are interested in doing that but can't come to the meeting because it's the middle of the day, and I understand that that's not conducive for a lot of folks, feel free to write out a letter, send it in. My address is on our website. You are welcome to send it to me and I will take it over when I go to the meeting, anything like that. Just, it's nice for the people who make the decisions to see that the community really does support the library. Sometimes we hear a lot of really loud voices that are very negative, but I think that Washington County spoke pretty loudly last night. The library is important. We know that it gives back to the community. We know the kids need it. We know it provides access to computer services that individuals don't have, job services, things like that. We're there. And we're more than just books. We're a pretty active community hub at this point, and we want to stay that way. And we would like to see a lot more of your all spaces there being part of that as well. So thank you guys.
And one more, little bit of information about something that's going on in Vienna, and then we'll get to our team. Last Sunday, one of the selectmen or council people came to the door to tell me that, and my husband, that a group home was moving into our subdivision, and would we please attend the meeting opposing it? Turns out it's an Oxford house. It's moving, a special form of drug and alcohol rehabilitation house. They've been detoxed
They are trying to rebuild their lives. It is run by the people residing. The house is rented. So, I mean, I had to do homework. So we tried to contact the mayor. He said he was enforced the zoning code here in R1. I contacted our state delegate who lives in the area. He said there's an opportunity to meet. What I asked for was that there be an informational meeting before the council meeting took place, because you know how council meetings, you make a statement and you sit down, there's no discussion, no questions answered. So what I'm interested in is people who are willing to speak on the 13th, one of three types: a former resident or a present resident of Oxford, of an Oxford, a person who has lived near an Oxford, or a resident of Vienna. The meeting is at 6 o'clock on Thursday, the 13th, and I'm expecting that there'll be lines out the door. Where is it? It's in the Vienna. I hope it won't be, but it's in the Vienna City Building normally. I think they're going to have to move it, or they're going to stop people coming in.
It's interesting that they came around those, for you to oppose it, you know, without any information. Okay, so now we're gonna just kind of break into some teams, and the people who are leading the teams are gonna stand up with their signs. I know nobody likes to shuffle around, but just get some food and shuffle. And our teams are gonna talk about, we need help. We need people who are committed to actually doing things, and y'all I know have been doing things, but we need commitments to doing even just small things like making extra signs or being responsible for the bubble machines. You know, we're not asking to sell a kidney, we just need a little. So if you don't mind getting together and talking for maybe 15 minutes, and then we have a better, funner activity. Yeah. Yes. So the names of the teams are, we have networking, recruiting, the tech team, which we have people sick on the tech team tonight, so.
Just come to me for
Yeah.
tech.
Yeah, and, communication and media is a team, the action team, and who am I missing? Watchdogs. And the Watchdogs team, they kind of keep us abreast of all the local, election things, the things, like we were just talking about, the library, you know, the Anna issues, things like that. That's Watchdogs. So.
MAGA on my doorstep.
It's awful. Yeah, well, I guess it's just gonna be a matter of showing them. If we can even get it. All right,
But are you a resident of Vienna? Okay,
yeah, I am, and so is my sister,
okay.
yeah,
See, I'm feeling directly to you.
right, yeah. I haven't had a chance to, because I saw it just this afternoon, I was so busy with this, but I will go in and read the stuff. Okay. Put all the stove fighters about the organization, the whole. But that'll be really.
So I know, as soon as the letter to the evidence goes in or does not go in.
Yeah.
I don't know if you see. Thank you. You left out the E. Oh. All the other people have the, have E, but our family has the E. So it's scary.
Yeah.
And we have a same-sex male couple, like couple who are homeowners in the area, we call them, we know them.
Yeah.
First thing, well, he Sutton called him, and he thought that his spouse had already sent a letter in objecting it, had to worry about property value. Yes, same-sex couple.
Wow.
We are on my hill. Okay. He came in, my husband is a there, and he didn't want to be in the country, so we're in a much more affluent area than,
Yeah. Um, Riverside off of 57th Street. Or that, off of Burroughs Drive. But my sister's on 600, the other end of the end. I grew up on 20th Street.
Is so that no one
But I hate that. We lack diversity, so doesn't it?
my neighbors in India.
And that
And can buy and sell.
problem is your
They've
doctor.
invited us to a couple of things and we couldn't afford it.
Yeah, I understand.
He's the vast, of People Bank Theater,
Yes,
of the
yes,
$1 million donation to the cancer.
yeah. My ex-husband was up there with his wife. She's she works down here. Has retired. In young in the area, right on the whole, and they buy selfies and they're not crap, but they're not very,
What? Talking to Lucia about the election, all the Indians are going to, no, they're Republican. But I mean, if you can't see the handwriting on the wall. That was one of the, so we'll see, I don't think it will get in. I don't know where I'm supposed to go.
we'll try. Are you on a team? Which team would you like to be in?
I'm on, Kim's team,
Action team.
yeah.
So
And
you,
I actually getting quite in action.
yeah, you look for, right there, Lisa, the big team here in the center. Okay. Pull up a chair behind you. So. You're the.
I saw that she was going to try to climb over the border. Think if I,
Yeah. Probably.
Oh, it's okay. I just now got it figured out. So, and the audio is much better on here than trying to just do it on Facebook or something. Oh, yes, much on Facebook or YouTube because I was trying to do them on my tablet, and the audio on Zoom is 100% better. Yeah, yeah, it's my.
Okay, just in the interest of time, so we can get everything done, we're gonna wrap up. And if you wanna talk afterwards, of course, we'll be here, so. Thank you very much. And while you're finding your way back to your table, I will mention that we do not have a fundraising team, but if any of you have experience in fundraising for companies, organizations, we would love to talk to you. So if you are interested in helping with that, please come up and talk with me or anyone in the steering committee. And one more quick piece of business here. People who have ordered for the apparel, Sandy, Diana, Joy, and Carol. They say on the paper here with your orders, but they don't know if you've paid or how you paid or. Okay, so you four people, please check with these ladies before you leave. Thanks. Okay, and another quick thing, um, this is just a reminder, in addition to all the actions that we're doing, please don't stop, calling your senators right now. Put a lot of pressure on them about the healthcare prices, the food, SNAP benefits, all of those things. Please keep doing that and sending postcards. Postcards are really important too, so please do that if you can. We have a few postcards available back here on the table if you want to take any of those. The other thing is, they are asking that Indivisible, as the big national Indivisible, is asking that we put on our social media sites, if you are someone who your health care has increased a lot, or you have gotten a bill and you know it's going to increase, if you know someone on Medicaid that is not going to be able to receive care, all these stories matter, and stories are what really change things. They change people's minds. So if you can post those on your social media sites, and also if you can call your senators or representatives and relay those stories to them, that's what we need. We need a lot of storytelling, and we need just grassroots efforts of walking around your neighborhood, trying to talk to people and asking, are you affected by this? And do you understand how it is affecting people? If not, can we talk about it? So just those things. Now, I think that's it. Next, you all got a flyer on the table, but next month we're meeting on the 3rd, the first Wednesday of the month, and that will be in Parkersburg at the Fort Borman room where we've met before. Same time, 6:30 to 8, December 3rd. Please feel free to make copies of those flyers and pass them out anywhere you can. We appreciate it. And now we're gonna play bingo. Yes, question, Joy. I hate to bring this up, but as far as network, Rama Swamp can have fundraisers set up Friday the 21st. And although I haven't been invited, Yeah, we actually, I'm glad, so I forgot. We actually have we copied off an invitation, one of the invitations. The cheapest ticket is $100. So, in the Marietta Memorial Pack is listed on here, which is interesting. Yeah, political action committee, we know, the vet.
Of course.
Ramaswamy, who's running for Ohio governor. Yeah. So, yeah, we were actually kicking around, trying to figure out an activity to do about that. So, well, that's, sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
So, watch our page. We'll put on social media pages about what we decide to do and the Democratic women are doing. If you have ideas, let us know. Someone also mentioned maybe sending like flooding that address with postcards, kind of saying he's not welcome here. We don't, whatever you're feeling. Okay, thanks, Joy. Now we're gonna play bingo. Janice, help.
So we were given blank cards to fill out with a list to put on it. We were given.
Does everybody have their card ready?
And then
You have to have
we
your
filled
card
it in
all
with
filled
whatever we
out.
wanted.
Everybody ready? This is gonna be fun. This is supposed to be fun. Sorry, everything on your card is probably making you angry. And it was suggested that if you get 5 in a row, just yell out impeachment. The person whose idea that was. All right, here we go. First one is P, Putin. P, Putin. Oh, another T, Trump that down. M, magnets. Doesn't really like magnets and how they don't work if they get wet. Are you marking those off? R, gerrymandering. R, gerrymandering. There's somewhere in the area of 111 quadrillion possibilities for a card, a bingo card. P, lock 'em up. P, lock 'em up. Another T, Mike Johnson. Don't you hate the way he grins every time he says something that's really horrible? He smiles. R, bombing vessels. Oh, and you all have plenty of beans? What? Sorry about that. Is there a solution? P, grift. Grift under P. Another P, Center for Disease Control. We like that. We like the Center for Disease Control. M, escalators. R, inflation. Inflation is disappeared. It's all gone. I guess you all know that, right? It was up under Biden, but now it's M, very stable genius. How many of you put that on your card? T, Kim Jong-un. Kim Jong-un. Who could get away with saying they had a love letter from the North Korean dictator? U, perfect MRI. The doctor always says it was perfect. U. R, Gulf of America. Feels great saying that. Another R, Bitcoin. Are any of you into Bitcoin? What is Bitcoin? We should make that our next meeting. What is Bitcoin? P, military against U.S. citizens. Okay. Yeah, that's better than free. Now, do we want to continue playing or start? Continue with the same, leave the beans? Yeah.
continue playing one more, so we have one more winner. Did everybody leave their beans? Okay. Okay, another you, YMCA. Favorite dance. His favorite song, oddly enough. P. Cankle. Don't tell anybody about it. Because we could get arrested. Our classified documents are T, RFK Jr., okay, we have one winner out of 111 quadrillion. R, sexual assault. I don't have anything humorous. M, handshake. Weirdest of all time. People have just got to be saying, let go, please, let go, let go. R, nuclear test. That's his new brainchild. Nuclear. T, Stephen Miller. T, Antifa. My sign was Grand Tifa, Grandma's against fascism. R, Epstein files.
Impeachment.
Woo! Okay, what do you have? Now we do have your one place. We have time. Clear your cards.
The cards that we filled out. I made a big list of, things and we picked them, and put them on the card.
All right, starting over. Our classified documents. U, TDS. Let's say it together. Trump derangement syndrome. TDS under U. M, small hand. We had fun coming up with these at our meeting. We thought we would struggle. We just had to quit. T, RFK Jr. P, grift. So far I've done TRUMP. U, YMCA. R, Department of War. For the peace person. T, Melania. I think she gets paid for every appearance. I honestly do. I think she works. R, meme coin. Lori says that's different than the Bitcoin. She knows if you need to know what they're all about. Lori. T, Pam Bondi. Pam Bondi fans in the house. R, Gulf of America. P, Department of Education, which may no longer be there. Is it gone? T, Biden crime family. M, escalators. That's weird, they're bad. Another R, inflation. T, McDonald's. McDonald's. M, I know this is probably a new word for everybody. Guess what it is? Grocery. Grocery.
Never heard of that.
Trump coined that word. It's for things that you like, what do you say? Toilet paper, coffee. P, Center for Disease Control. R, this is us, left-wing lunatics. R, my favorite, ballroom. R, ballroom. Your beans. We'll play on. Oh, P, Nobel, or should I say Nobel Peace Prize. Nobel Peace Prize. Another P, women's freedom. Where that one came from. A little bit of resistance thrown in there. T,
Kim Jong-un. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I've not gotten any love letters from him. R. Cutter jet. M. Very stable genius. Trouble with escalator. M. Teleprompter. I'm fine without one, I'm fine. Whoever did this is really in big trouble. R, Bitcoin. U, low IQ. I guess that's about us too. T, Putin. R, nuclear test. P, soybean. Did anybody put soybeans on their card? Oh. M, Tylenol. Just now with Tylenol. Okay, we'll start with you. Pam Bondi. Ballroom. Yep. 15,000% off. Okay. Tylenol. And the Tylenol. And was there another one? There's 4. Okay. Darby. Do we have enough prizes? Or we have to have a fight? Fun fights. All right. Yep. Yep. Game board, and if you'll leave your list, we may play this again at another gathering.
I'm sure we'll have plenty more things to add to it by then.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for coming, and be careful, safe going home.
We had a decent turnout. It is dark, it's cold, and good turnout. All right, everybody, I'm gonna close down the law. Sneak some bugs, stick it with me.
And if it would be too much trouble, if you would kind of clean up your table area and